My broadcast on PlayStation 4 as like PS4 of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 live at YouTube.
Oh, did you get a notification about it then?
Yes, I do. Like,
Oh,
you have
nice.
like all your notifications on.
Oh, isn't that nice of you?
Yes, it is.
Although I can hear you in the background.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Ha, I was first. Ha ha.
It's suddenly up to 800 viewers again, and they were like, "What the fuck is this gamer man doing?"
Hey, shut up.
Hey guys. Right. Let's get this show on the road then. I can't guarantee that we're going to be any good at this because you've not even fucking done. You've not even knocked down the wall yet, have you?
No, I know how to do. I've seen it. I've seen it on Reddit.
This is going to be interesting.
So is Richtofen needed every single game?
Nope.
Then how does that work?
Because a bot spawns in at the end of the game if he's not there.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's a bot.
Yeah, boy. Although I still find it funny.
The same. Oh, I get to play as Richtofen because I'm Richtofen. We do this.
Oh, fitting, you're gonna die.
Fuck off.
Let's kill Gage.
I want you to die.
Oh, Noah J456 uploaded 12 minutes ago. Black Ops 4 blue screen edition. Watch it not be 12 minutes. Yeah.
I saw one yesterday.
12 minutes ago because my YouTube is fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I saw one yesterday and I posted it on my my Discord and I thought it was fucking hysterical. Like, he's literally just raging
I
and
know
everything.
what the door's for now.
Okay, change of plan.
Yeah, that's what the
There
boss
it
is.
is, yesterday. And the description just says F.
Apparently, I have missed out. When I say I mean
If you excuse me, I'm gonna go watch this.
Yeah,
What
go
is
for it,
this
Reba.
walnut do?
The walnut doesn't really do anything.
This walnut is so important to the Easter egg, James.
Yeah, clearly.
Carpentry.
I think it's more important to the storyline, to be fair.
Necessary task.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Richtofen figured out this whole teleporting thing works. It's a lot of zombies.
Tell me again about my issues with intimacy.
I'm alive.
I got enough.
I'm opening the door. It was fun. I had to teach my older sister these maps.
Really?
Yeah. Because she wanted to play IX, and I did not know IX at all. So I was like trying to teach her what
would be for whomever pulled this.
After 5 minutes because she wanted to play the girl character.
Short stroll to the main cell block.
Had her for 5 minutes back out. Brother. Brother. I don't know how to do the magma gas still.
What, you don't know how to do the magma gat?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun. Gage.
Do you like kill the dogs here?
No, don't worry about that.
Never mind the power or that cool warden. Entrance is just ahead.
Warden's here.
Oh, I know. Oh, you're just running for it. Okay, this is, risky? I did say it's risky.
I'm inside. Quickly, everyone, this
I
way.
didn't know.
Focus. Kill.
Where'd you go?
Must not regurgitate.
Here.
Thank you, Takeo. You are truly a saint.
Wait, is that a slow one?
among
No,
simpletons.
no.
Ah, guess what? I'm here first. Oh no, it didn't give me the fucking code. God damn it.
Yeah, because I got there first, obviously.
Oh, son of a bitch. We can do the doggy dog now. Whee. That's the essence. I got the ghost jizz.
The ghost jizz.
I only had some
I'm
receptacle
calling it
to
ghost
store
jizz.
it in. Ugh,
Okay, I'll buy this one.
perhaps
Why not?
Nikolai has an extra pocket.
Oh, fuck.
outdid himself this time.
I'm using a strafe.
I wish I had that. Sadly, I did a fucking prestige thing, so I don't have it anymore.
You're stupid, brother. I'll go open the docks.
If I get first door and second door, then you can get third door.
I live in Michigan. That's a coincidence. I learned some of the shield stuff. I learned where the door is. I learned the door is down here somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes it's there.
I'll unlock that.
Other times it's around this corner, just there.
Yeah,
And other times it's there. Wait, what?
Fuck.
Did I miss a fucking... I missed one of the fucking things, didn't I? Be on the next one. More than likely. Yeah, there it is. My bad. Got it.
Oliver Bruce already fought. I can't do this.
Yeah, you can. Bring him this way. I'll take him.
How much I want to annihilate you!
I'll knife him. I have knifed him.
Off with his head!
Can't fucking see him because of the smoke.
Ah, out of ammo. That.
Ah!
Got him.
Be the same for the war. He never tires, not once. Is this how we will spend eternity?
Right, I'm heading back up to second dog.
Okay.
Hey Creeper, how's it going, man?
Sneeze. Apparently, does this gun like fucking shoot like explosive when it's upgraded?
I haven't got a clue. I mean, it would be fucking handy if it does.
I'm pretty sure it does. That shotgun back, I'm pretty sure it does. I'll open the warrants off this. I don't know if it's open.
You ain't got enough. I mean, if you get a few more points, you can build shield up top.
Okay. I think I'm buying a gun because I have no ammo, but okay.
Okay. Well, after this round's going to be a dog round, then we'll get some max ammo anyway.
Okay. Hey.
See, I've written out my my theory for the storyline, because like I said, I was live streaming yesterday and I was explaining it. And then Ruffles posted a video and it was basically identical to the idea that I had. But I've decided to write it down because there's a few differences, like different discrepancies between my idea and Ruffles' idea. For instance, the giant and Shadows of Evil is all this Richterfen rather than Black Ops 3 Richterfen. Which means the giant that we see isn't the giant that plays out in Black Ops 3, it's the giant that plays out in this story. Like before we come here, kind of thing.
So wait a minute. If I get this right, then the Primistrict and the Richtofen that comes out of the thing, that's the one we play as in Garage.
Yes. So
Okay, I was just wanting to make sure.
the way that we see it is that effectively there's the paradox where Maxis goes up into the ether or whatever, then he gets Samantha out of Richterfen's body, and then it starts the whole thing of where Richterfen has to in Origins he has to send the Maxis drone up into the ether to do something or other. Like, Samantha calls upon the other Maxis, we have to make the Maxis drone, send him up into the ether, and then he goes into the house with Dr. Monty and with Samantha that's there. And then after that, Richterfen builds his own lab in Alcatraz, and he does the whole blood vials thing, the same as what happens in the comics kind of thing. But then we don't see his Shadows of Evil, and we don't see his giant. We just see his Horizon Drac, Kazetsu Noshima, Gorod, Krovi, and Revelations, and then because of the blood vials, they become Primus. But because they become Primus, the cycle restarts, but they have knowledge. The blood vials stop them from being wiped out of existence, but it doesn't prevent the cycle from being broken. So this time, in this cycle, everything continues as normal, but instead of Richtofen coming back here and getting his blood like he did in the first cycle, in the Black Ops 3 cycle, it ends up being a case of he comes back and the Canorium's changed this time, because obviously Primus Richtofen has knowledge that the blood only stops them from being wiped out of existence. And so because of that, the Richtofen from this cycle ends up doing Shadows of Evil, the Giant, his version of D, his version of Zetsubu no Shima, and then after that, he ends up coming here to find out that the Chronorium has changed, and basically he's going to end up dying at the end of this, and Primus Richtofen ends up coming out and saving the day and sending them off to do their own thing. So it's like there's two cycles. There's the cycle where we get the blood, which is the Black Ops 3 cycle, and then there's the cycle where we don't get the blood, which is this cycle. The cycle where we get the blood, which is what we play in Black Ops 3, is the cycle that keeps repeating itself, which is why when you complete the Revelations Easter egg, it says complete the cycle. But this one, if we're following it correctly, will be the cycle that breaks. Well, it will be the time where the cycle gets broken, if that makes sense. Because instead of him coming back here and getting the blood, he's going to come back here and die, and then Primus Richtofen is going to end up changing things. No, we still haven't got the ending cutscene yet. Like, it's out there and I've seen it, but like, we've still not got it. That's a good idea.
I just like so good.
What more can you do? Never sneak up on the warrior.
Oh yeah, they fixed the laboratory. It doesn't blue screen you anymore. I learned this.
Limitless. Stomach
Really?
connected to the pit of hell.
Yeah, it doesn't anymore. Oh, fuck off.
I don't know where he is, but
I understand. I'll take care of him. I got the vapor. No, fuck.
nice. Right, I'm gonna head back to spawn and get the first dog done. Are we going for the Easter egg? Yeah, we're going for the Easter egg, Scott. I can't guarantee it's gonna actually fucking work though, because it's just me and Gage, and Gage doesn't know any of the steps past getting his Redeemer. Which is gonna be fun.
Hey, you only have one.
Like, I have no expectations of this actually working, and if it does, well,
you owe me $20.
I don't know, you fucking shit. You'll have the Easter egg completed. I mean, I'm not even playing as though I would be trying to complete the Easter egg. I mean, I bought a completely different gun to what I would normally buy as a starting thing. I'm not really worrying about saving my points like I normally would. I haven't even started doing the spoon.
I'll start it.
You better not do it without me. Hey, Goodsy, no, I've still not fucking done it yet. It's driving me insane, dude. However, however,
you got me, so we can do the Swift game.
I shall put a link in chat in a minute and you can read something. Okay, that's safe enough. Check that out, dude. It's got some work to be done on it, and like, it needs to be cleaned up, improved, made it look nicer and stuff like that, but we're working on a theory that there's two cycles at the moment. The Black Ops 3 cycle and the Broken cycle, and the Black Ops 3 cycle is a cycle that completes itself. Because like with the Black Ops 3 cycle as well, if they die, the cycle just gets reset. So like, effectively, if they play up to, say, Zetsubu no Shima, but they die in Zetsubu no Shima, then the cycle just gets reset again. So there's only going to be, like, one time where they complete the cycle with the blood vials. Other than that, it's always going to constantly be reset.
You will not have my blood, nor flesh.
Oh, it's done. Okay, retriever's done.
I sense satisfaction.
Coming through to canteen.
I fear neither hell nor its
Canteen,
flame.
what's canteen?
Oh my god, you know where the canteen is?
What do you mean cafeteria?
Yeah, canteen, cafeteria, same thing.
No, it's not. I'm from America.
Yeah, I mean, the Scar thing is the major thing that drives the whole paradoxal kind of story thing. And like,
Into the pit once more.
yeah, it's the main premise of like what most people are working on at the moment. See, now the thing is, yeah, we are playing as the Scar Richtofen in the game, but I believe it's honestly just because they didn't want to make another model. Like, they didn't want to, like, retexture a model just to make it not have the scar. Because the cutscenes seem either A, pre-rendered, or B, slightly modified. Because obviously the graphics are better in the cutscene than they are, like, in-game engine kind of thing. Because, like, if you look at somebody's face in the game... Oh, I need to find the number, don't I? If you look at somebody's face in the game, it seems all, like, okay, but not fantastic. Whereas when you see it in the cutscene, it looks a hell of a lot nicer. So, like...
Faces in this game look shit, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying that, like...
Have a full charge.
I can't see the number, I think it's 931. But yeah, that's why I'm saying that I think the cutscenes are rendered with one thing, but in-game they're just using one model for the whole character that we'll be playing throughout the rest of the game.
What's the number game?
I think it's 931, but I'm waiting for the fucking textures to render in. Yeah, 931. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, in the cutscene you can see pause, you can see the facial expressions are, like, brilliant and everything, whereas, like, in-game it's pretty trash.
Yeah.
Well, it's not trash, but you know what I mean, compared to the cutscene. You got the spoon dropped, yeah?
Yep.
There goes the elevator.
What's my highest round in Black Ops 4? I don't actually know, to be completely honest. Mainly because we mainly do the Easter eggs, so it's not that high.
We need to do IX also.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where I need to just get used to the other maps, because I've not even fucking tried them properly. Like, I've had a bit of a run around on 9 today, but...
So Noah's created his own fucking meme again then.
What's that?
Because he keeps he keeps calling that special controller all trusty. So people in the comments it was all like rip all trusty.
A true warrior can dispatch an opponent with his pinky finger.
Okay, so which crew are we playing with in Blood? No Scar, Primus? Okay. Now this is where I think it gets interesting. There's two possibilities. I think in Blood we're playing definitely with No Scar Richtofen. And I do not believe that No Scar Richtofen is Primus. However, I believe that potentially the other three may be Primus. And that's a bit of a theory and a half, but like, obviously, when it comes to Primus, there's been like so much evidence that says that like Primus Richtofen isn't with the other Primus crew and things like that. Like, he goes off and does his own thing, and then like instead it's with the Ultimus Richtofen that they're with and things like that. So it could be that the other three will eventually become Primus.
Was it not?
because they go through the separate portals, so it would be interesting if they go through their separate portals, become Primus, then meet up with the Primus Richtofen at the end of this game, well, at the end of this level, at a later date, and then end up becoming a team of all 4 Primus. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But like, that would be interesting, I reckon. But yeah, currently we are playing with no Scar Richtofen. Because obviously you see him getting the chair, and you see him have his blood taken out and everything. Like it says the character that is playing Richtofen must sit in the chair, so...
This is a very bad place to run out of ammunition.
How do we refer to them though? There's Primus post-revs, Great War uniforms, and Primus pre-revs. Black Ops 3. I mean... I don't know, it's something I'm still trying to wrap my head around, is because like there's so much that's obviously changed within the games and stuff lately that like I don't quite know. Like story-wise, I still believe there's 2 cycles, the one that constantly repeats itself and the one that breaks, and this is part of the one that breaks. Where's the box? I remember seeing it somewhere.
If it's by spawn, that's where it usually spawns.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's in the what's it office, isn't it?
Awaken in your
I'll go
presence,
for canteen to get there.
It seems as though
In
they
New
desire
Industries.
something from you.
The ward, the keepers, and the numerous...
And good and bad zombie Richtofen.
It's like jumping into a hairdryer.
I don't really know if there's a good and bad Richtofen. I think or zombie Richtofen. I think the zombie Richtofen. Oh, for fuck's sake! The zombie Richtofen is the same zombie Richtofen at the end of the Max's story. You know how like, you know how at the end of the Max's story, he puts Richtofen's soul in the zombie or whatever.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Potentially it could be that. And it could be why he's working with the other Richtofen, is because he's trying to get revenge on being put in there in the first place. But again, that's a bit of a long shot.
The zombies don't know anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that could potentially be going on that, like, a lot of it is speculation. But, like, there's stuff that I am pretty damn sure of. Nope.
I will share this weapon.
I think this prison could use a few impact craters. Brighten the place up a little.
This is not meant for me. Perhaps one of you. The SMG requires much skill. I am unconcerned.
Do you have Hell's Redeemer? No, we've got the Retriever at the moment, but not the Redeemer. I mean, I know how to get it, it's just we haven't got it yet. And I'll read that other one in a sec. It's a bit of a long message. It's dog round. Is the comic crew referred to as something else other than Primus? In the comic, it does say that Primus turn up. Which, if that's the case, then the Richtofen that is in the comic isn't Primus, but the ones that turn up should be. Which, if we're the team that turns up in this timeline, which we wouldn't be because it's different, then that would make us Primus. So, I don't know, there's too much. There's too much. I've done God knows how many hours with Skype this morning, talking about the whole storyline and shit. It's
more like debating / arguing.
Yeah, I mean, we both agreed at the very end on basically what's written in that Google Doc that I linked. Like, we both said, yeah, that sounds about right. And it's very similar again to what I was originally thinking, also what Ruffles was thinking, so.
Not you!
effortless. My spirits, I beseech you, refill my magazine.
I could use a little optimism from you to Ken.
Missed it.
I truly could.
God fucking damn it.
Gotten us out of worse
Didn't lock on for
places,
some reason.
have I not?
Because there's currently 4 Richterfunds.
You have.
If the one
And
we
you
play
may
is intentionally
But I do not
scarred
fear
in...
death, Edward. I fear what winning may cost.
I mean... There's the zombie one. There's the one with the scar. And then there's the one without the scar. And then obviously there's that one that we see at the beginning of this that says it's changed. That seems to be... Oh shit, Gage. That seems to be the Richterfund that we play as, but earlier in time. Like in the timeline kind of thing, like... Originally he hands blood vials to his future self. But then something happens which causes the chronorium to change. And because the chronorium changes, he comes back to instead be greeted by his past self that does the same thing. He's greeted by his past self that does something different, if that makes sense. Because like the book's changed, and so his past reaction will have also changed. It's fucking confusing. Oh, for fuck's sake, Gage, come on.
Sorry.
This is why I didn't think that we'd end up doing the Easter egg.
Like all who came before him.
James, I'm sorry. He got pissed.
Yeah, okay.
Dig.
No
I think
refuge
that's
in
not
death.
anywhere.
Shall soon put an end to you.
I'm watching a 28-year-old damn, and that's what I do to my life.
With these spikes,
Rip. Do I like that there's no jug? I'm getting used to it. I mean, they did up the health to 200 as well.
Yeah, Jug was useless. Jug, with Jug, it was a 5 hit to die. Now it's a 4 hit. It's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just 1 extra hit.
It's not that much different.
And with no speed cola and no double tap, you are doing these maps without any perks for Dark Ops is quite easy.
Yeah. It's not that bad, to be fair. There you go, you're back in the game. Happy? What the fuck do I need to do? Just get myself set up, I guess. I mean, I should be doing my Redeemer, but fuck it. Upgraded shield, pat. Gage, you just standing there.
I'm not.
If you go down,
I'm
then...
No, I'm live. I'm not going down. I'm not going down. I'm not going down.
Do we know where box is?
No. Easy, I don't know yet. I was gonna grab a nuke, but I was like, nah, fam. Oh, box is at Warden's house.
I want to get in there, but nukes. I'm out of ammo. Fuck it. I need ammo.
It will take more than fire to purge this evil. My reserves are spent.
Ooh, the Titan.
Most unfortunate.
Okay. Cages is through.
I have no ammo, just you know, Gage.
Oh, it's okay, I'm here. Did you get a pointer gap?
No.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Can use all the magazine
Not
capacity.
that good though.
Keep me covered.
I got you.
Another weapon. No. I am not so sure that this is the best option for our situation. The shells of a shotgun to dispatch the shells of men. Fitting. The spirit
I'll take it. Aww.
ready for blast.
I like the Maddox. It's really good.
We're gonna rip.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well,
This seems the place to experiment with potions. What do you think, little squirrel?
get up.
Call my TV.
You make Papa Richthofen so proud!
I'll quick stop him.
You got PG's out. Whoa. Oh, Gage.
What
Oh,
is
Gage.
that?
Yeah, I put the Blundergat in the fire because I was trying to get the Magma Gat.
Never put the box. I think we're gonna make another hot pocket.
Can you do this easily solo? You can do it solo, but I haven't done it yet. So the first cycle, if they complete Rev, does the cycle reset? Or does it just end? Okay, so... Oh, fucking hell. I wasn't expecting to explain this on stream. Basically, after the Maxis thing, and where he goes into the ether and he takes Samantha out of Richtofun's body and traps her there as well, we then go to Origins. Origins is the starting... Well, it's not really the starting point, but it's the starting point in terms of maps. And what happens is the cycle from Origins to Revelations is the constant cycle that happens. So like they go from Origins to Revelations, get sent back as Primus, and if they die, then the cycle resets. So if they go from Origins to Horizon Track and die in Horizon Track, it gets reset. If it goes to Revelations and they die in Revelations, it gets reset. If they go to Zesabu and it resets. But there has been one time where they have the blood vials and they actually defeat the Shadow Man with the blood vials, and so Monty goes, okay, I can't just wipe you out of existence, I'll have to put you somewhere. And he goes, oh, I know, that will all work out quite nicely. And he sends them back to be Primus, but because Richtofen realizes that the blood stops him from being wiped out of existence, but it doesn't break the cycle, he now knows he has to do something different. So basically he knows that he will relive this thing over and over and over again, and without the blood vials, Monty will just wipe them out of existence, whereas with the blood vials, he sends them back to be Primus. So now what they need to do is find a way of not being sent back and being Primus in the cycle, like repeating itself, and also not having the blood vials and being wiped out of existence. So instead, their plan is to kill Monty, so that Monty can't just wipe them out of existence because they don't have the blood vials, and he also can't just send them back to be Primus because, well, he won't fucking be there anymore. So yeah, he gets the blood so he can't be wiped out of existence. Like, it's a insurance policy. Basically, you shouldn't exist, they shouldn't exist. They should just fade away, kind of thing. Like, that universe should be closed off, it shouldn't exist anymore. But because they have blood from there, and it's something that shouldn't exist, it means they're able to not exist as well, even though, it's their insurance policy to say, like, that universe is closed off now, you should no longer exist, but for some reason you do, so Monty has to figure out what to do with them, which is why he sends them back to become Primus. But then obviously Richtofen realizes, okay, if we have the blood on us, then yes, we don't just get wiped out of existence. Yes, I do still get to live, but I get sent back to be Primus, and the whole fucking thing just keeps on repeating itself. Which is why the Chronorium changes, because now Richtofen's like, okay, if we complete it with the blood and we kill the Shadow Man or trap the Shadow Man again or whatever, while we have the blood vials, Monty's not going to wipe us out of existence because he can't, but it's also just going to keep on repeating, so I need to do something different this time. So we go into cycle 2, effectively, or the second time it plays through, where this time they've become Primus, and they have this knowledge of, well, we're just going to keep on repeating it. And this time he does something like he goes to the lab and freezes himself, ready to come out to change the cycle, to break the cycle, because he has this knowledge of, well, yeah, if you guys go in with the blood, it's just going to keep on repeating. So I'm here, fuck the blood, you need to let us out, and now we're going to go, here you go, Nikolai, take the book, we're going to fuck up Monty, that kind of thing. So once they completed Rev and realized that the blood doesn't break the cycle, so he goes to Blood of the Dead and knows that that's something they tried and didn't work. Yeah, basically. So, like, in the cycle, if they die, it resets. And they get the blood and then maybe die, it resets. But this time, he gets the blood and completes it, doesn't get wiped. Because they could go through the whole fucking thing, complete Revelations without the blood, and Monty would just wipe them from existence. But because they complete Revelations with the blood, he can't just wipe them from existence, but he also has to do something with them. So he makes them go back to being Primus, but now they have the knowledge of what Monty's going to do, and they need to change that. They need to break the cycle. If that makes sense. I know it's a bit of a fucking messy balling thing, but I mean, another thing that adds into the fact of that is Stullinger talks to Richtofen. Like, Richtofen and Stullinger have this kind of connection. And in the comics, Stullinger talks to Richtofen, and Richtofen helps teleport Stullinger and the crew all over the place, and then brings them to the lab to get the Chronorium and to put them on ice. But in this playthrough, or in this cycle of it being played through, Richtofen dies. Which is why in Classified, Stullinger's like, oh, I haven't heard from you, you've not been, I can't hear you in my mind, I'm just left with my thoughts. It's because in this version, Richtofen has died, so he can't talk to Stullinger anymore. And yes, there are still other versions of Richtofen in this cycle, but they are Primus Richtofen, and effectively a Richtofen from this cycle's past that has learnt the knowledge that things are going to change, and potentially he could end up becoming the Primus Richtofen, if that makes sense. So, like, there is Richtofen who goes off, comes back, gets his blood vials, completes the Shadow Man thing, goes back and becomes Primus, then he freezes himself, and then in that time period while he's frozen, the Richtofen there goes off, gets the blood from the zombie one like they do in the comics, goes off, does Giant, does DE, does Zetsubu, comes back to the lab, but at this point the Chronorium's changed because there's a Primus Richtofen that knows that he needs to do something different. So his past self that he should be getting the blood vials off is saying, hey, it's different, read it again. He's like, what the fuck? And then that's why everything plays out. I'm genuinely curious then why the post-Rev Primus didn't stay together then. Because if they all know that the blood doesn't work, then would be able to work together, but instead he just took the blood off the dead Primus Richtofen's spot. My theory for that one is that Dreisendracht needed to be built, and there was other things that needed to be done. So they've finished the Great War, and then Richtofen's like, hey guys, we're Primus now, we finished the Great War, we defeated the Shadow Man, but this cycle's going to continue. We need to put things in motion. So, Dempsey, you need to go off and you need to go get Dreisendracht built or whatever, or you need to do something. He sent them off to go do things, and he's like, my job is I need to stop myself from getting the blood. I need to stop myself repeating this cycle. It's my fault. I need to do something. So he goes off and puts himself in cryo so that obviously he can do his thing. And then potentially Dempsey, Takio, and Nikolai, they do their own thing after the Great War and then just die of old age or something. Or they go off through portals and do their own thing. So it could be that they split up for a reason. But I think that the whole reason Richtofen is not with the others is because he realizes that he fucked up and he needs to stop himself. Was Ultimus ever stuck in the cycle? I would say yes. Wait, hang on, Ultimus... No, Ultimus was pre-cycle. Because, if I'm remembering this correctly, and it is a little bit of a brain mess, there was the paradox caused by the whole Richtofen Monty thing, the fight, the moon, and all that kind of stuff. That would have been pre-cycle loop. That would have been the whole leading up to the choice where you have Richtofen or you have Monty, And then when Monty's chosen, which is obviously the canon storyline, that's when the cycle starts. So I mean, potentially they could be caught in the cycle if you want to do it from there, but it depends on where you want to start the cycle. But I would say, with Origins being the origin story, like where it originates from, that starts when Samantha contacts Maxis from Dimension 63. So that's after the whole Richter von Maxis choice. The Richter von Maxis choice thing happens. Maxis takes Samantha, takes her up into the ether, or Agartha, or whatever, and then she contacts Dimension 63's Maxis to say, hey, I need you to help, and all this kind of stuff. And he starts going crazy because he's like, oh, I don't have a daughter, but I can hear her in my head, and all that kind of stuff. I'd say that's the origin story, because obviously it's part of Origins, and so I'd say that and Revelations, that's where the whole cycle is. I think you didn't do the Easter egg. No, Gage died and then fucked me over.
You know what, James? Fuck you.
And yeah, more story stuff, unfortunately. And yeah, potentially Ultimus caused the cycle, like the whole Maxis going up into the ether and then dragging Samantha up there. She realized that he had been affected by the dark ether, and so had to call out for another Maxis, and that's what started the whole origin storyline, with obviously them being at the dig site and sending his brain up and all that kind of stuff. So I would say that was the cause. It's even called somewhere, I've got it open somewhere. Actually, no, I've closed all the tabs down now because there was way too much stuff. But it was called something like the Paradoxal something or other. It was like BO4 Paradoxal. The paradox must be resolved. The paradox. People are just talking about the paradox. Paradoxal prologue, that's the one. Which, being a paradoxal prologue, means it comes before Origins, if that makes sense. But yeah, the paradoxal prologue is the one for the Giant or something, I think. Want to try 4-man later tonight. Really want to get this Easter egg done and I can rest easy. Oh yeah, and paradoxical. But yeah, I'm down for a 4-man. We just need to find people. Because Gage only knows up to building the Redeemer.
No, James. No. Just be happy. I'm gonna go look up some shit and find it out, then I'll come back. Got it?
Oh yes, you can do some research on the Easter egg.
Yes.
Would be handy. I don't know why you didn't do that in the first place.
I'm gonna do that right now. I just fucking woke up like an hour ago, okay? I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back.
Okay, fair enough. Don't take too long.
I'll talk to you then.
Oh, wait, Goodsy. Post, I was gonna say Goodsy has a thingy thing, a really good walkthrough. No,
yeah, which he didn't write and a mod wrote, and he only changed 2 words.
Why are you on about Reaper?
Wow.
It's the other way round.
Wow.
What are you on about?
You know there's this thing called sarcasm?
Oh, right, okay. Oh, shit. Copy. Oh, good, he's posted it in chat. I don't know whether Gage is still here, but yeah, he's posted it in chat, Gage, if you are still here.
Alright, go fund me for Goodsy to get PS4 and a petition to get a Goodsy mod.
I think the main thing is Goodsy needs a PS4.
Oh no, just imagine Easter egg hunting and we got Goodsy and Pie giving these ideas and writing this shit down and we got Cat. Oh no.
Nah, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Go fund me for Goodsy. Yep. That's what we need. That's a good point actually. I need to click that. And yeah, it's still buggered. Oh well. What's the challenges still? No, that's the wrong one. Oh, I'm getting there with the zombie kills.
Said I know it's 1,500 zombie kills, then 100 rounds, then 1,500 headshots.
Got a long way to go yet. I'll jump on a bit just watching Milo's 30-minute long story video. Yeah, I mean... Oh shit, Z-A-C. Like I say, Milo's story is... His idea is very similar. I've not seen if he's done a newer one since, but it's very similar. Especially considering like what me and Skype were talking about.
Well, I've had his video pop up as recommended or suggested things with a thumbnail saying he played us, he's not dead.
Yeah. Which I thought it was obvious, to be fair. Because they also throw the blood vials away at the very end as well.
Which I see as a very ballsy move. When Monty very easily...
What, wipe them out of existence?
Yeah. With a little flick of his wrist after the beginning. Oh, actually no, out of existence.
It depends though. It depends on like what he has, because Richtofen must have a plan. Like, actually no, because if Primus Richtofen's already drank the blood, then they can't get rid of him because he's already got the blood inside of him. He'd have to die of natural causes. All of Primus would. I really shouldn't play and smoke at the same time.
Then, I am to face my judgment.
I do that.
Good.
Really
I pray
difficult.
that the others will share no part
Yeah, it's difficult because you're just staring at the ash.
It's more of having to hold the cigarette in my hand while also pushing buttons.
in it. Carpentry.
Well, I can do that, no problem.
Necessary
But
task.
instead of looking at the screen, I'm mostly staring at the ash saying, "Don't you dare drop! Don't you dare drop!" I'm not in a good spot to go and flick it.
I really hope we get to play as Victus. I mean, I would assume so.
That's all I want to do. Just them next gen videos, you know.
Oh, I didn't realise I'd done that, but oh well. Yeah, I mean, I would assume we get to play as him. Like, it would make sense. They got the character models in there, so you know.
In this game, speaking of fucking titties, I've just killed the pervy, like the game's version of Wally, the sexual version.
I thought surely there's some grave misfortune.
Yeah, just killed the pervy, and I'm stealing it, and I've got to confiscate the porn magazines.
It may yet.
Oh, you're playing Borderlands, aren't you? Yeah, I forgot about that.
I've never done the DLCs, and it's fucking great.
Up the stairs, quickly! The entire island has turned its gaze
How certain are
upon
we
us.
that they're updated models? Are you on about the Victus crew? I mean, I haven't checked, but I would assume they are. Oh, that was fucking close. This is why I shouldn't play while smoking.
I'm pretty sure it was said that they're updating models.
Yeah, I'd assume so, because the other models were from Black Ops 2? Yeah, and they didn't have them in Black Ops 3, did they?
Yeah, because I said I'm not so fussed anymore to look up shit to back me up. I'm just sat there going, I reckon we're missing a fourth. We're gonna play as Victus until we get our fourth, presumably Ultimus.
Potentially.
Stuhlinger is familiar with Ultimus, mostly. Of course, they all are, but mostly Stuhlinger.
Well, they'll all know about Richtofen because obviously he was the one that put them in the cryopods.
Yeah, but it's all of them more Stuhlinger than anyone. knows Ultimus, Richtoff, and they fish up him from wherever they're going to pull him. And until then,
The weapon is ready. Richtofen truly outdid himself this time.
even though I don't really get how they ended up in this spin-off version of Alcatraz when they were in actual Alcatraz. And then they're just left behind with it fading out.
What are you on about? Left behind fading out?
At the end of the cutscene it goes black and white fading out.
Oh, you're on about how this Victus are in this Alcatraz. How we would get to play with them when this thingy goes all black and white. I mean, potentially we could end up coming back here.
You coming back and then Richtoff is not on the chair. he's the new warden.
He's the new warden.
The spirit realm.
Or he is a zombie victim.
We were meant to find this here.
No, there's too many fucking theories at the moment.
With all this decay and shit, somehow all the zombies always are bloody. That Richtoff is gonna be fucking drained.
Formidable weapon.
Yeah.
Rest assured, its limits will be tested.
Oh dear. Let me get comfy.
Demon dog, wait! Well, yes.
Oh yeah, I watched a video of somebody saying that the dimensions would close off as the last entity dies, Richtofen, but Victus is still in there alive. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. If they're still in there and they're still alive, then potentially it doesn't close off. So they could potentially come back here then.
What sort of
It should be interesting. I don't think they would come back here though, because then that would mean that Jason's using the same map.
It does interest me. Not as much as it blew Milo's mind after he got told about it. But that still injured quote when he's singing.
Oh, what? 4,000? Yeah, bottles of all on the wall.
Bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
Which on Moon, Nikolai's singing like however many bottles of vodka on the wall. To me, like, it's interesting, but it doesn't blow my mind. It's not massive to me because it's just a common song.
Yeah, it is true. How much is this one? 750? Nope, 1,000. Okay.
What fascinates me more is how long Victus have been in cryostasis and how long this whole delusion from the lighthouse Richtofen said is like separated storage in his body where he's now conscious. For him to be that bored, just his voice all shaky, just shouting 12,000 bottles. So that's what interests me.
I mean, there's a lot that grabs my attention and I'm curious about, but at the same time, like, there's only certain things that are obviously going to be right, you know what I mean? And it's finding out what things you can definitely prove and what things are just speculation.
Well, what would be nice to see some speculation about is the lighthouse. What's special about it for Richtofen to say, how are you here? You should be in cryostate. Ah, the lighthouse.
Yeah. And there's that big beam that comes up from the lighthouse as well, so like, what's in the lighthouse? What is it about the lighthouse that causes that big beam to show up?
There has to be some sort of interaction for the lighthouse for that quote to activate, I reckon.
The finish is
The lighthouse
badly
also
worn,
shows the
but the metal
portals, and
remains
it goes to
strong.
the warden.
We are not so different.
Oh, I'm
this
getting more
dog
messages on
and
Facebook
I.
as well. I mean, yeah, that's the weird thing about the lighthouse is like not much is not a lot is explained about the lighthouse, but it seems to have some significance.
It has significance, but nobody said anything about it. The characters don't mention it besides that quote, "We don't know how to activate conversation," and then just leave the world to fade.
I mean, maybe the lighthouse will get explained at a later date, but I don't think it will, personally.
Now you are forgiven.
Which is it? It's this one.
Ah, we have a light again. But I fear this may attract attention.
From what Quincy said about that video he watched, I wonder is if this theory that like this dimension or whatever, once all souls are no longer there, right? It's just complete non-existence in there. That's when it closes off. The reason why it was so vibrant with the victors and our characters, because they also had all the trapped souls. Now that all the trapped souls have left, the characters have left, and there's just 4 living people there.
Swear on my right.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good.
4 left, so it's really weak. That's why it's faded, but it's not gone.
I mean, that's the thing. If it is literally just the Victor's crew that are left in there, then potentially if they are still alive, then that would mean that the place doesn't get closed off. But I remember reading somewhere on the Chronorium thing or whatnot that it's actually the Apothecans that close off the other dimensions.
The walls covered in the ravings of a mind undone. If this man is our captor, this is going to be a long, dark night indeed.
I mean, it could be the the Keeper that you get in Revelations.
Yep.
It could be that we end up working with the Keepers. Like, and then the Keepers like fight Dr. Monty or whatever.
Very well, demon.
It does seem interesting that
I
Shadow
will
Man is
strike.
associated with Apothecans, but Dr. Monty's the Shadow Man who isn't
Wolf
associated
hunger
with Apothecans,
appears
but then
limitless.
doesn't seem associated
Stomach
with
must
Keepers
be
either.
connected to the pit of hell itself.
But didn't we destroy the Apothecans already? I don't think we destroyed them. I mean, there's that big floating one in Revs, isn't there? Plus there's all the little eggs that we hatch and get the 4 little baby Apothecans. Then there's the Apothecan Servant as well. So I think the Apothecans still exist. Just potentially not a lot, maybe? Or, I don't know, because there was the Great War as well.
The Keepers became corrupted by that ether.
Yeah.
Whereas we only have done a certain amount. Shadow Man isn't the Apothecan leader or anything. We've dealt with him. We've dealt with the massive Apothecan thing. All of them.
Very well. Enough then. Until your next meeting.
not gonna get through there.
Wolf.
Oh, perfect.
We'll never be
Never
done all of them
thought I would
anyway.
say
It's
this.
just corruption. It's
But I
dark
missed
ether
the
will always
gun.
be there, and it's corruption.
The evil ones are gone then, because at the end of Rev, everything is like purified. I mean, I don't really know, because like, if the cycle does repeat itself and everybody, like, we defeat the Shadow Man or whatever, and we get sent back to become Primus, then effectively we're just repeating the same cycle again, which means the Apothicons would still exist because we haven't defeated them as of yet. We won't have defeated them until after Revs, and this is pre-Revs. This is like after Zetsubu no Shima, isn't it? So at this point in the timeline, the Apothicons would still exist. Yeah.
It's not everything's closed off. It's just Dr. Monty's own pocket. It's like his own dimension.
Yeah, his own little pocket universal dimension thing where he's shaped it to be what he wanted it to look like.
The well runs dry.
So I don't really know, to be fair. Because obviously, I think the Shadow Man goes back into the summoning key, doesn't he?
It wasn't the summoning key. I can't remember if they actually put him into the book, or that book was used to put him in the giant Apothicon. I can't remember which one it was. I feel like it was the Apothecon's mouth. Can't remember.
I mean, you shoot him into the mouth of the Apothicon, but I know you use the summoning key because you have to play that fucking game of what's it? Where you throw where you throw the thingy around, and then Sophia comes along with the laser beams and all that kind of shit.
This realm must be
but then, like, the summoning key floats around in space and everything afterwards, doesn't it? Like, she flies off with it in space.
The tomahawk is mine.
Uplink, yeah, you play a little game of Uplink, didn't you? So I don't actually know, to be fair. I still need to get this spoon, which means I still need to build the shield. I have the piece that I just haven't opened up top area yet, I believe.
Well, that summoning key in space, it clearly is significant for that final scene.
I mean, yeah, like having it just floating around in space. 1,250, okay.
I don't really get how these different versions of the characters and their own cycles all in one go have summoning keys, because you've got that one floating in space, then you've got that one then that's ripped off and has with only one summoning key. Maybe with a reset of timeline, it's all like the birth of the universe, off it goes again.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
for different dimensions and shit, it's only
I mean, if it is completely reset, then the summoning key will just be put back where it should be and everything. Like, everything will be reset back to normal. Do you know what I mean? But it all depends on how it's supposed to play out and everything. This is really not a great way to start the game. To be fair though, I'm just like fucking about at this point while I'm waiting for Gage. Still trying to do the solo Easter egg, but it's not going to happen. Not with this weapon anyway, I need a points weapon.
Gage comes back, it's like, oh, I know what to do now. It's like, yeah, fuck off, I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it solo. I would fucking piss myself laughing if I managed to do this solo though. Fuck.
Flavor is unimportant. It is only the effect that matters.
Another warden. Really? Oh, well, I'm fucked.
Devil Warden. If it is suffering that you crave, I will gladly assist. If only every demon could fall so swiftly. It is gone. Destroy the head and the body will follow. Death appears to be the same for the Warden. They never tire at once. Is this how we will spend eternity? Die by the sword!
Like, I'm really not taking this game serious at all. I'm half expecting it to blue screen,
This
to be
shield
completely honest
is
with
a
you, though.
door to the spirit realm. We must be careful what we invite to come through. The shield key is full.
Why did you have to be right there, hey? I mean, I was on that catwalk for a while there, I suppose. I also need to get all my kills and rounds and all that kind of stuff for the fucking challenge thing.
I can only guess object's purpose. All will be revealed. The spirits of Alcatraz. Appears they wish to show us something. For Pack-a-Punch, the spirits must have hidden it for safekeeping. The warden's head is hard and vulnerable. Cannot miss it.
Bollocks.
Hell, or wherever cursed pit you spawn from.
Don't want to get trapped up here. Let's buy a better weapon.
The clicks of disappointment. None of us expected the fight of our lives. Perhaps when it comes, few of us
933.
do.
Okay.
I have suffered greatly.
That's a lot of zombies.
Do to me.
I'll be shocked if I end up running this solo. Cheers, Goodsy. Probably shouldn't do it around about now, but... I'll lower the amount of zombies down a bit, I reckon. What do you mean, holy shit, dude? No.
Wait, that must be the way. The spirits.
The mods have deleted your post. I don't think so. I had it open just a second ago on my laptop. Pretty sure I did. One, two. Three. Hey, Scott.
Hey,
How's it going?
not bad. I've still got my cold.
Oh no, man.
I had some Sudafed, so
All
now
right.
my nose isn't completely blocked. But that was
It is an illusion. Made to
We have to
torture
change
the
the bed
damned.
sheets again anytime.
no, I managed to clean up that clarity.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still there, Goodsy.
A true warrior can dispatch an opponent with his pinky
Are you
finger.
still alive?
Yeah.
A spoon is
Oh, nice.
almost unfair.
Gauge has
Game
gone
or
off.
anything?
Yeah, I'm on round 8. I've got the spoon, got my tomahawk. Gage has gone off to go do some research about the Easter egg because he's got no fucking clue.
Oh, nice.
Bro, do you want to join us to do the Easter egg? No, I'm just waiting for a few people to get back online, to be fair. I mean, Scott's turned up now. Just wondering where Gage is. And I know Ben said that he was going to run through it again at some point because he's now done that and 9.
And he's got a dark ops sword, blood and 9.
I feel like we could get it done tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing alright solo as it is. Not fantastic, but I'm not really focusing on it too much. Like, I'm just kind of chilling at the moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that from Ben I can know that there's a dark ops for doing blood with 0 perk, there's a dark ops for doing 9 in under 100 minutes from someone else online. There's one for doing voyage with 0 downs. So I'm wondering if each of them is for all 3 maps or they just unique map.
Refill my magazine.
And plus there's also the one for doing all 3 maps.
Scratch the wall. Where's mystery box? It's all the way over there. Where's over there? Spawn? Probably spawn. Fuck's sake.
Strange. I wonder as to its purpose.
Should probably check my fucking Facebook notifications as well. Might be important. Because I've got a meeting I'm supposed to be going to tomorrow. Yeah, it's all the way to fucking spawn. God damn it. What's the furthest you've managed to get then, Scott?
When I was playing with you that one time, and when the portals were just being discovered, and we had the New Industries one, and we didn't know how to do it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
It was the cafeteria one. No, the Michigan Avenue one that we didn't know how to do.
Oh, the one outside the warden's office. Yeah.
And then obviously I crashed. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
I just really want to get it done. I feel like I'm not finished with that map until I've done the Easter egg.
Yeah, I mean, once I've done the Easter egg, I can then just chill and go on to the next one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But until that's done.
The ADFGX ciphers got solved already.
Really? I'm not surprised though.
Guy.
You know, they've made it pretty simple now. They're like, here's an ADFGX cipher, and the answer is going to be somewhere very fucking close. Like, you just need to find out what the key phrase is, what the key word is.
Yeah.
Symbol monkeys.
Honestly, I fucking hate that ADFGX cipher.
Oh, what, the one that got solved like years ago, and then people were like, no, it's not solved because it was missing one fucking word.
Yeah, it's just even worse. This random guy, when it finally got that other word the other week, and he's like, oh, I'll have a look into it, like half an hour later. I think I've solved it.
Pretty sure this is going to be padlock. Oh, it's the one to get though. I'll take that.
It is a bit crude in manner, but the dragon inlay is magnificently detailed. Alas,
Ooh, this isn't good.
fire to last.
Did not think about that.
Only the darkest sort of evil will corrupt such strong and noble creatures. We shall free you all from this hellish realm. We have a full charge.
That's what
The
that.
LMG sends a powerful message with punctuation. Indeed, Marcus, it is best that you leave. Before my fury,
Sweet shield upgrade.
violent retribution. A shield, now fit to safeguard both body and spirit. We have need of such things in here.
Ah, fuck it, I'll use it anywhere but here. It'll probably get me over there quicker.
Spirits whisper
And it does.
to me.
Nice.
How
This
could I
way.
not hear them so clearly before?
Okay, no pap. It's not too much of an issue. Probably do with making the magma gas soon, though.
In the classified leaked ending cutscene.
Really?
Touch me, Hellspawn.
Yeah, kind of. Basically, all the audio from the cutscene got data mined.
But no actual cutscene.
Yeah, so people basically piece it together with voice notes and see what it sounds like. And it basically was the cutscene.
So
Oh.
basically, revelations or actual audio, not just text, but all the text which are actual
Host us
all
return.
the magic stuff.
It is my
I
honor to
remember that.
greet.
Yeah. I remember that.
I remember reading it, thinking it was bollocks, and then when Rebel was solved, I was like, oh shit, that thing was right.
Shall soon put an end to you, Warden. Very well. A game of chance.
Kind of like the guy on Reddit that leaks literally everything for Destiny's Forsaken. People wrote it off within instantly, and then within a week, Bungie's latest weekly update thing, some stuff from the leak was in there, and they're saying maybe that does have some credibility. It comes out and literally everything. Everything
It's
that
like,
goes out.
like a year and a half ago, someone on 4chan leaked everything about the new Pokemon games, like, you know, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Someone on
Jesus.
4chan leaked all of it on VG, and everyone was like, a year and a half ago, and everything that he said was completely right. It's like, people need to trust leakers.
Honestly, those kind of leakers have to be in the studio. Why would they leak?
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, as much as I don't like leaks because it does spoil stuff, at the same time, it is sometimes quite nice to know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, in some cases, they'll be like, oh, and the game's going to be introducing this new mechanic, and you're like, oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Like, certain leaks are alright. Other leaks, though, are a bit, eh.
Oh, you should change your safe zone, James. It's really bugging me.
My what?
Your safe zone. So all your user interface is really like in, when it should be like right to the edge of the screen.
Why?
It just looks better.
Well, I can change it.
I think you'd enjoy it. You'd know what
We will escape. None of this
Graphics? No.
It should be in graphics.
Brightness, colorblind, player indicator, safe area. Oh, okay.
Yeah, safe area. So if you push it right the way out.
This setting is controlled by PlayStation 4 system. Okay, it's not to do with my
destiny.
my game.
Oh, so you have to change it in game.
I mean, I'm not too fussed about it, to be fair. Like,
Sorry, what did you say?
I'm not too fussed about it, to be fair. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much.
Not nothing but stamina. I am the blade of vengeance. Very well. The blade it is. Strike at the head. The body will fall.
kind of just want a pack punch.
Oh, I did blue screen. No.
You blue screened?
Yeah, I literally loaded up the game and it instantly blue screened.
Wow. Treyarch, come on. Is it back up here yet? No, still not up here.
Creature. Finally, fortune smiles on me. I only hope the ammo lasts. I will shoot my way out of this realm.
They're probably gonna die out, and then the fucking pack punch is gonna move. It's gonna be really fucking annoying.
You back at uni like tomorrow?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Don't you get half term?
At some point. I think, maybe. I don't know.
Most half terms are next week, including mine, so zombies all week.
I mean, I've already missed 3 weeks, so I should probably go in tomorrow and play catch up.
Let us pray the effect is worth it.
Yeah.
Chalky mouthfeel.
I've been really bad at my attendance this year. Which is bad because it is like my major year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I've just not been feeling like I can focus on it, to be fair.
Are you going for the Easter egg solo, or are you just going for kills?
A bit of both. I mean, I'm going for some kills to do the challenge, which I've only got 200 and something, so that's put me up to about 1,100. So I'm not far off on that one. But yeah, Gage went off to go read the Easter egg steps, and he said to be back in a bit. So I've just kind of left him to do that while I do this. Okay, that doesn't go. But I mean, I don't see myself lasting too much longer. I'm on round 13 trying to do the magma gap.
Such reckless power. I feel ridiculous.
That was a bad idea.
There's a pint of Guinness in your
Yeah.
YouTube.
Alcatraz made
I love. Oh fuck! Nearly dead. Nearly dead. Nearly dead. Nearly dead. Nearly dead. No, I love Guinness. It's like my favourite drink.
So you got the 4 channel.
I don't like Guinness.
well. This is your prison no longer.
Whew, that was risky.
One of your streams has 10k views.
Where'd my Blundergat go? Has it really gone because I left the house? Are you kidding me?
To leave in my wake.
I didn't think it left if you left the house. Ah, well, rip this game.
I don't know.
Watch me spin and get Blundergat first time. Called it.
Blundergat is mine. Who dares challenge Takio?
No way did that just happen.
Shit, you not check the stream.
Wow, yeah, I just saw it. Lol. This is game you get to run yet.
It's common for people to lose their Blundergat when they leave the house. I really know
For you all, with the fury of modern science.
I need to get these numbers of zombies down a hell of a lot faster than I'm currently doing.
The element that created you now be destroyed.
Fuck it, let's run for it. Oh, that's not happening.
Few more shots, and my weapon will fall silent.
Do not leave the house because apparently that fucks it up. Let's go.
Kill all you can, my friends. Our freedom will not come cheaply.
Magma get round 14. That will give me the magma gat, then I'll have that, which I'll need to pack. What else do I need to get? I need to get another shield. No, I can do. If pack punch is down here, I can pack that. Then go grab a new shield. Shit, missed it.
We are still in this race. This weapon will be mine.
So yeah, then I can pack, and then get a shield, and then I should be set.
I believe that is right.
Let's go see if pack punch is down there.
This is a sign. I
Nope.
feel it in my bones.
Bet is back on the fucking roof.
The fire is contained. I feel it rage inside, waiting to be unleashed. Quickly, into the pit once more. Look now, spirit of Alcatraz. I will take your vengeance upon him.
What a guess.
This weapon is thirsty. Not for liquid, but for ammo.
Well, that was fucking stupid of me.
No place.
Walking into a fucking dead end barrier thing. Rip.
Still breathe, and still I shoot.
That's my first down. It's not too bad, I guess.
You are not finished with Takio yet.
Oh, I didn't grab a shield, that's why. Herp derp.
The way is closed to you, pale spawn.
I do miss having speed curler and stuff like that, to be completely honest. Some of the reloads on these guns is just fucking terrible.
And that's what makes LMGs terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they got rid of it, because of the
We will deal
dingo.
with them.
Fucking dingo.
Like, everyone is dingo. So like, alright, you like LMGs? Think it's too easy? Enjoy the reloads now.
Dingo is fucking amazing.
Guided creature.
Round 16. One more round and then get on the roof. Get on the secret room. Is box gonna be, pack punch gonna be upstairs still? Nope. Fuck's sake.
This is no praise for hearing. Not anymore.
Question now is, where is it? Really, another warden? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's go this way, be on the safe side.
Before him. Demon is unprotected. Aim for its head.
Really, I've trapped myself in a corner. Fuck.
Sweet and stimulating. This is a warrior's guilty pleasure.
Is Pack-a-Punch going to be down there? Nope. Oh, the bastard. That means it's a fucking spawn. Canteen's the quickest route. So what are you doing at the moment then, Scott? You doing the game to get your kills? Scott?
Oh, he's disappeared.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? No, that's Warden's house. Okay. What about you, Reaper? You still playing Borderlands?
This way. We must hurry.
That's a yes.
Every piece of metal I own is
Right, I can't play Black Ops 3, I only have Borderlands. I haven't got another fuckload of games downloaded.
You should get fucked on more games downloaded then.
the weariness.
Taking the piss
Feel
again,
the weight
I've
on
got
my
like
soul.
30 games downloaded so far.
Spirits, give me the strength to cast it aside.
Give me my fucking gun.
Just get me downloading again.
Jesus Christ.
There are a lot of major games that I'm eager to play, but because of how much larger they are, I'm gonna be an absolute fucking cunt again. I'm just not bothering yet and do them last. It's like I've still got to do Black Ops 3 and all the DLCs again.
Jesus,
Then
dude.
there's GTA, there's Rainbow Six Siege, there's fucking Battlefield
We must
4,
hurry.
Darksiders 1, which is far bigger than Darksiders 2. And I've got all my RPGs, being
That was
Smite, Neverwinter,
unprecedented.
Terra,
Fucking hell.
Skyforge, and many other games.
Give me a warden, give me a warden, give me a warden, give me a warden. Don't make me have to spawn one in because I don't really want to.
I've got one game downloading at the moment, and 48 other things in my download list. When I first started my download list, it was on 86, I think.
No, there it is. May your body rejoin you in the afterlife. Spirits have denied their entry.
Do you have your own stream up for chat?
Of my sight, wretched creature.
You still have your own stream up for chat.
Yep.
For once, it's been a long time since it's just been me and
quiet,
you as
yeah.
two viewers. Yeah, it's literally there's two viewers, me and you.
Well, I don't have my stream open, so I'm not watching it. I just have the chat open so that I can read it.
Well, there may be a lurker then, unless it's Scott.
Oh, Goodsy. Goodsy might be seeing if I actually complete the Easter egg. I mean, I'm not doing too bad solo, to be completely honest.
Maybe no one's interested because there's no talk of Titanic.
Or dinosaurs and dragons. Oh, okay, there's still quite a few zombies. Just not expecting that.
The energy courses through me. My blood does not come cheaply.
Okay, there's still quite a few zombies. I'll do the 666. Shit.
I have seen such a fate. I have no time for death.
Well, I got a warden spawned in, but I'm also pretty close to being foobarred. Not happy about that.
Delightful. I was unaware
Shit, it's not even
there
down
was
there.
such delicious
I thought the
beverages
gondola
in
was down there.
prison.
See, the annoying thing is that every single time I get to this stage, right, every time that I've done this solo and I've got to round 17 with a warden, I always, for some stupid ass reason, have no lives left, right? And then what happens is I go into the warden's house and he pins me in the corner and he goes slap, 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 and doesn't actually do the slam attack.
Slams. It looks stupid.
Here he comes. Right, come up here. Holy shit, he fucking slammed.
Press. It weighs upon my chest like an iron slab. But one... Look out! Something is happening! Fire fail! This is the center of it. This man, he is not like the other corpses we have seen.
Why do I always do that?
He pulled the switch.
Oh, and I've got to do this stupid fucking bird step. Your phone's going off, Reaper.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The Chronorium has awakened. What can mortal men hope to do with such a book?
And now it's bird watching. Fucking hate this bit. Fucking bird. That is a fresh fucking round. What a pain in the arse.
Quickly, into the pit once more! I feel like a piece of crockery, fresh out of the kiln.
Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Don't be afraid, noble bird. A kill means you no harm.
Got the bird.
Who could conceive such a weapon? Surely no one with the slightest shred of sanity.
Nope, went down. I got to the bird step though, and I got the first bird, and then I fucked up because I was being fucking stupid. And I blue screened.